My name is Nate G. I am one of the two additional traders in here. Myself and D-Man are in the room. As you saw D-Man this morning, we are on the mic occasionally, and generally at least once a day. And then we post our trades either in the chat or if we're on the mic when something's happening and the timing is right, we'll say them on the mic as well. And Nate Bear is the only one here who does the actual trade alerts that pop up in your feed and also have a nice sound. I have been trading with both Nate and D-Man for the better part of 10 years. They are fantastic traders and fantastic people. And I just love being in this room because there's a community of people that all do the same thing. We're all here to help each other learn and find good trade setups. And it's nice if I come in the morning and haven't had a chance to look at the markets. I just open up the room and all of a sudden there's 10 or 15 different trade ideas or at least charts to look at sitting in the chat or being said by Nate or D-Man on the mic, and I just pull them up and say, oh, yep, like that chart. Here we go. So I tend to trade, as you've seen the way Nate Bear trades. He was my first mentor. So I trade these TPS style trades where we're looking for trades that are moving up. We have, they're in an uptrend. We look for the pattern, our bird pattern. This isn't the best example, but we look for this up consolidation, right, around a squeeze, and we trade those to the long side. And as Nate said earlier today, this is not the best environment right now. This is the daily on the Qs. This is not the best environment after 6 or 7 days of a pullback here in the Qs in the whole market. A lot of those TPS style trades are busted, and we're looking for new setups and we're looking for some consolidation. And what I'm going to look for today is I'm going to be kind of counter trend. Bede, yeah, I've thought about changing to G-Man because G-Man and D-Man would be kind of funny. Then you wouldn't get confused by the multiple Nates. There's also a couple of Nates in the room. Anyway, what I'm looking for today is kind of counter to what Nate Bear's going to be looking for. Is we've got at least for the temporarily, we have a new trend in the market. And so I'm going to be looking for TPS trades that are consolidating here for a further move down, right? I do think we're going to get a bounce, but that might set up some trades for a further move down. So I'll be very specific when I put them in chat, looking for Apple's one of those names. That this is the daily chart on Apple. I mean, look at this level here. This looks, this low here. If we can break this VP level, right? Consolidate a little, I think there's more downside. The market obviously has to also move in that direction because it's an extremely market sensitive name. But I'm going to be looking for, 15 to 30 minute squeeze setup in this range for a continued move down. The market might choose to bounce, and that might be what happens, and I stop out, and that's all gravy, right? That's totally fine. But that's the direction I'm looking for the market this week. So a lot of times in here, people will say, why don't we do more puts? Well, this might be an opportunity to do that. So if I'm putting in a trade recommendation from a TPS standpoint, I'll be very specific whether it's a bearish or a bullish trade. Because at this point, most of the time it's always bullish. Our bread is buttered to the upside in here for the most part. But I really enjoy taking puts, shorting. because as they say, we take the stairs up as we climb up, right? The market takes the stairs up and it takes the elevator down. And the ride down is the most fun, as long as you're positioned correctly and either shorting or, playing puts. I just like that. It happens so fast. So, but what I wanted to talk about today, because I'd like to be putting them in here, and I have not yet. I've had two sniper style trades today. Looks like I'm potentially missing a third at the moment. Excuse me. But that's okay, because I'd rather explain what I'm doing so I can start to put these in chat. Asia Trader, I don't think there is a way to have a sound come on when we put a trade in. But I can certainly ask the mods if that's possible. But I play a lot of times, especially when TPS isn't quite working the way I want it to. I still like to keep my P&L going in the northward direction, right? So I have two styles of trades in here that I take on the SPX. Okay. Yes, Preef, I am recording. And we call these basically the Sniper 1.0 and the Sniper 2.0. Because I have made some variations to the Sniper trade that we take and created some continuation. So you heard me come on the mic, not on the mic, you heard me type in when Nate was on the mic that I was looking for a sniper trade off of 49.70. And you see I have a green line in here, right? And what we got was a reversal in the SPY, in the SPX. We were drifting downward, and then we got a reversal and we started moving back upward. And that's a Sniper 1.0 trade. Okay. So a Sniper 1.0 is what I'll talk about right now, because these are the ones that are easiest to alert, are reversals off of, this is a oversold condition. This is an RSI indicator down here. What you see below here is a paid indicator called called Ready Aim Fire. You do not have to have this, but it is something that I use and other people in here use. That will help give you both RSI, oversold and overbought conditions, and arrows in which a reversal looks like it's going to happen. So the things I have on my chart are Ready Aim Fire, and then I have these different colored candles, as you can see. And what these different colored candles represent is essentially the candle colors of the momentum indicator. You can see light blue, dark blue, and I could put this on the same chart if that would be easier. Light blue, dark blue, red, yellow, right? And you can see how they are showing momentum to the upside on the light blue. We get a turn on the dark blue, and then momentum to the downside on the red, and we get a turn back to the upside on the yellow. So on this SPX chart, I have the candles colored that way, and it's called JS Squeeze Pro ES candles. And it shows, actually, it's trying to anticipate an early candle color turn. So as you can see, if we have red candles coming down and we hit a bottom area and a yellow candle starts to form, that's potentially a bottoming pattern and a move upward, right? And you can see that in the sniper trade that I called out here. So the way I call these out, you can see I've made two trades already by these green lines. I put the green lines in where I have an entry. So I made an entry here on this candle, and I traded this with puts down to this bottom. And then I had another entry on this candle right here, and I played puts almost into this reversal zone. I did not play this reversal zone that I called out because it happened a little bit too fast and I was getting ready to come on the mic, so I missed it, right? So what I'm looking for in a 1.0 sniper trade is on the 3 minute, okay? I am looking for an oversold condition, right? Which means this line is moving below these RSI lines. This can be accomplished through a free RSI indicator, and I'm happy to share this. I'm sorry, that wasn't the right one. That was MACD. Where's RSI? There we go. This is your standard RSI free indicator here. And it was getting oversold on the 2 minute chart, as you can see here. Okay, so if you put your RSI indicator up, and I'll share this chart with you so you don't have to have this free indicator, right? We're in an oversold condition, and I am looking for candles. Whoops. I'm looking for candles to come down, and they're going to be red and then start to form a bottom and turn into a yellow candle. A better place to see this is here on this reversal right here. Right, we were red, 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 red. We were oversold. This is a 1 minute. Right, we were oversold. We started to get the formation of a yellow candle and a trigger here, which is an arrow, and then this could be played to the upside for a small win. On these trades, we're buying at the money SPX options. I'm usually buying 1 or 2 SPX contracts. If the SPX is too expensive or too volatile for your account, 1 SPX contract, right? 1 SPX right now, if we're looking at the SPX, is trading for, let's see, at the monies are basically $12 a contract, roughly, right? $12.50 a contract, right? So that's for 1 contract, that's $1,250. If you wanted to do this same thing on the SPY, you can play 5 SPY contracts, right, for about half of that cost. It's not exact, but the SPY is the SPX is 10x the SPY. So if you have a smaller account or you want to play these a little safer, you can play 2 SPY contracts, 3, 10, whatever you like, or you can follow along with 1 SPX contract. But what I am going to say is this is a highly volatile type trade. We are looking for a quick movement, and we're going to try and take 20-25%. Our stop is always a break of the swing low. This is the Sniper 1.0. Okay? So on the 1.0, we're taking the trade on a yellow candle, close, on a reversal with an oversold condition, and if you want to do it the freeway, a crossover on the MACD. You can see all those things lining up, right? So those are all the 3 things that we're looking for, and then we're looking for that to move up. We're looking for about 20-25%, and we would stop below that level there. Okay? And having a tight stop is really important. You can try again, right? There might have been one here, right, as you can see, but it didn't work out. You're going to want to be ready to stop and then try again. This is the one I called out, but as you can see, we actually made a little gap up here on the 1 minute. That one was a hard one to capture. I don't know if anybody did that or not. Did anybody do that off of that level? No. Yeah. You're still in it? Boss. Oh, who's in it? Mac R? Yeah, it was actually too fast for me, even. I think had I not been getting ready to get on the mic and making sure I had all the right charts up, I probably would have taken it off of that level. And I'll explain why here. Um, And I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. I want to get through this because this session is only 30 minutes, and I want to be able to put these in the room if anybody wants to take them. But I need everybody to have a healthy understanding of what I'm calling out, right? And that these are high risk day trades. So please make sure you understand how to do them and manage your own risk. My risk profile might be very different than yours, right? So if you put on an SPX, even a single SPX contract, and it drops 5 points, I mean that thing you're going to be down 25-30% right out of the gate. And if you don't have a quick and effective way of stopping out when that needs to happen, or you don't know how to trade options effectively and quickly, please just watch along and try and learn that way. I don't want anybody to take a trade recommendation in chat from me and then not manage it tightly. Okay. Once you put a trade on, it becomes, you have to understand that it becomes your trade, and you need to exit when it hits your risk parameters and not wait for me to give an exit. Now, for the sniper 1.0 trades, okay, these are reversals. There's a thing that I've added, so those of you who have been in here for a while and doing sniper 1.0 trades, this is something I've found out over a lot of trial and error. But Fibonacci or symmetry works on the SPX like magic. Now, how did I know that this 5970 level, I had my line slightly below that, was a level to bounce off of? Because just below that, as you can see, this dotted line here is gap close, and it didn't get to gap close, right? But how did I know that that line was there? Well, what I've noticed is if you come and measure symmetry, and so symmetry is here, it's called trend base fib extension, right? But I have all my levels turned off and I'm just showing 100%. And I come to the start of the most recent down move, right? Notice I'm not all the way at the top of the day's high. I'm at the beginning of that sustained downward movement, right here. And then I measure to the bottom of that downward movement. Obviously, you have to have one of these in play already. And then up to the most recent high. Look at that. Look where that bottom piece comes in, right where we bounced. And all I did was measure this downward movement, the one that I played, right? And then waited. I had, a potential mark here. I had a bottom, and then I waited for this to hit a top, and then I measured it. So this green line was in here when I made this play here, and I caught this piece of this down move, and that's a sniper 2.0, and we'll talk about that in just a second. When I played that down move, I already had this green line in here, and I had already called that right around 49.70 we were going to bounce. Okay, so if we continue our move up, right? If we continue our move up here, we've got, I would actually measure it from the sustained move, right, to VWAP, and then I would come down to this point. Now, if we break up above VWAP, I think we'll move up into 49.92.57 before there's another sniper trade that's worthy of a reversal. Okay. So using this Fibonacci trend-based fib extension tool, and I can show you my settings if you like. Okay, settings. I've turned off everything here except the 0 and the 1, and I'm just looking for full extension either to the downside or the upside, and that's where I'm playing Sniper 1.0 reversals. Okay, so the other trade that will put in here is a Sniper 2.0, and I will type those in. So for instance, I will say in chat, and I'm going to type it in right now, Sniper 1.0 looking off, what did I say? It was 49.70. Okay. That means I'm looking for a reversal off of 49.70, and that's where I'm watching it. Okay. And then I'll say entered calls. That's how I call the Sniper 1.0 out, as you can see in chat. Okay. Now a Sniper 2.0 is catching a continuation of a move. Okay. And you can see I caught from here to here. I had puts on that. And then I also caught from here to here. And I had puts on that. And that's a Sniper 2.0. These green lines were my entry lines. And that's catching more of a continuation move from a rounded top or a rounded bottom. If I wasn't presenting, I would have caught this move here or tried to catch that move there. Okay? So when I put those in, I actually give you, so for instance, if I was going to, and I'm almost got to jump off here, my Sniper 2.0 would look like this. Loading SPX 2.0 would look like that. And that means I'm loading for an SPX 2.0 today's expiration 49.70 calls. And you can see that. Here, I'll put this here so you don't get the screen of death, right? You get this thing that just goes in on itself. But as you can see, I'm putting in, these are the 49.70s, okay? They're a call right here, C, and they're almost always for today's date. 0 DTE expiration, okay? And so if you have Thinkorswim, you can just copy that and paste it right into your active trader. If not, if you're using something else, this gives you all the information you need. That doesn't mean I've entered the trade. When I've entered the trade, I type in, entered calls like that. Okay. John, a lot of times I just move further in the money if we get closer to the end of the day. And then I have a hard and fast rule that I won't play any of these trades after 3:30. I won't play them before 9:45, and I won't take anything, and I will exit any trade that I'm in by 3:45, and I can't get into anything by 3:30. So I'm just playing the body of the day, and that's it. Right? And so on these trades, I'm looking to take 25 to 50%. And when I have more time, I'll go over the Sniper 2.0, okay, and how I do that. And please understand that Sniper 1.0 is a pretty refined process, easy to understand. Sniper 2.0, I'm still creating rules that I can teach you so that there are proper entries and exits that you can follow on your own, right? Does that make sense? And because I'm doing for 2.0s, there's a lot of things happening. I'm using the candle colors, I'm using the signals, but on a continuation basis. I'm also using chart patterns, and for 2.0, here's two other things I'm using, which I'll go over in another session. I'm using break of structure and change of character indicators for continuation of movements, as you can see here, which I'll go over. And then I am also using a this is just showing me the trend, right? If I'm in a bearish trend, I on a 2.0, I can only take a trade in the direction of that trend. Okay, a 1.0 is a reversal, so that's different. But a 2.0 is a continuation of the trend. So there's a lot of there's a lot of factors, here, and this kind of goes against this rule. And earlier the trend was my trend setting was different, and my trend was changing here. Plus I had a chart break there, and the candle colors were red. And so this continuation, this Sniper 2.0 worked out great. So we're kind of early to put in hard and fast rules on that. So I just alert them, both entries and exits. Does anybody have any questions before I jump off? Nate Bear's here in about 2 minutes. And so I'm sorry I had to do that so fast. I'm sure you'll have more questions, but I'll be alerting these in the room, in chat if I'm not on the mic. So please just be aware, these move very fast. They are day trades. They're extremely volatile. So only take these trades if you feel comfortable with that amount of risk, and you know how to enter and exit an options trade quickly. Okay? All right. Well, I'm back on at least once or twice every day. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to have all of you in the room. I post all of my videos up to YouTube, like D-Man. Maybe one of the mods can throw in a link here to my YouTube. I'll have this up within the next 30 minutes or so. And I will chat with you all very, very soon. Take care.
All right, can you guys hear me? See me? Mic check, mic check. All right, so things are going a little crazy today. I've got to run over to the Profit Surge Trader room, so I just wanted to jump on here and let you guys know. If you're in DPL, I'm going to stop the stream here, and I'll see you all over in the Profit Surge room. Okay, and I'll have my stream right back up in Daily Profits Live in just a few minutes. So hold on one second.